Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, in the previous video I have explained to you how the hierarchy of thoughts affects your habit and affects your behavior, and how this is connected to the realm of our roh, qalb, akal and jasad, and how this interplay of our neurological system within our neocortex, limbic system and brain stem, and how it affects our aspect of understanding al-aqal al-juzi. So al-aqal al-juzi is the conscious and subconscious mind that affects us insofar as we are existing in this world, where we are connecting in terms of our intelligence, our application of the multiple intelligence in terms of our musical intelligences, intrapersonal intelligences, interpersonal intelligences, all the 9 intelligences that we have mentioned within the field of Islam, the 8 intelligences that is mentioned by Professor Howard Gardner. So the whole idea of this manifestation of thoughts, habits and behavior, how does it looks from the perspective of the Islamic metaphysics, which I'm going to give you a little bit more explanation. All right, because if you understand this, then you understand a little bit of the idea. When we are living in this world, we are living all information from the realm of, at the highest level is the realm of Allah. Allah gives us tawfiq, hidayah, His grace, His mercy, His love. All those are attributive aspect of the asma of Allah, or the sifa of Allah. So from the sifa of Allah, He envelopes His whole universe with His rahmah, with His mercy and compassion. All these are understood by these are all the teachings in which we can understand, from which Rasulullah SAW teaches us, as well as the teaching and from the hadith, and also the teachings of great Imam like Imam Ghazali, and even, for example, our great scholar of the past. So what is important is for us to know that if we are a human being, we have, as mentioned earlier, we have the spiritual, emotional, mental and physical self. That is, now I'm separating it to give you the idea of the FET cycle and TEF cycle. What is FET cycle? From the realm of the macro, we have feelings, emotion and thought. So when Allah gives His tawfiq and hidayah, we have the feelings of tawfiq, we have the feelings of hidayah. So where does that feelings come from? That feeling is not in the brain. That feeling is residing in our roh. That feelings is residing in our qalb. That is and that feelings is residing in our akal. So this is the macro picture from which Allah showers His tawfiq, His hidayah, His love, His mercy, His grace. So that's why from the Islamic perspective, it's not like a physical thing. You have feelings first, then your emotions at your al-aqal juzi is being stimulated, and then you have your thoughts. So actually thoughts comes last. But because modern psychology is atheistic, they always say you must have the other way around. They call it the TEF cycle, thought, emotions, feelings. Alright, for Muslims, our integrated holistic psychology is feeling, emotion, thoughts, feelings coming from the realms of the higher intelligences, from the realms of the tawfiq and the hidayah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But at the physical level, from our brain, we have thoughts, emotions and feelings. This affects our physical self. So this is the physical self, the P self, that is affecting this. But in reality, it is all combined as one. Okay, so if we understand this, in Islam we have a holistic understanding of the nature of existence, and when we can understand and comprehend this, then we can tap into the gifts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to us. For example, He gives us healing, He gives us equilibrium, balance. So when He gives us all those good gifts of Iman, Islam, Ihsan, good habits, good behavior, good thoughts and so on, it must come back to this same thing. So the T, this is the big T, the big thought from the realm, and this is a small T insofar as a physical aspect is concerned. This T, as we are talking about, thoughts will affect emotion and affect behavior at the physical level. Alright, it also will affect the emotion and feelings at the spiritual level, because there is an interplay back again. Alright, which I've explained to you in the previous chart. So once you understand this at the higher level, when you are developing your higher level of Iman, Islam, and so on, you can then be able to reach out to Allah, because Allah is close to us. Allah tells us in the Quran, He is closer to us than our jugular vein. And Allah tells us, you ask from Allah and Allah will answer your prayer. So how does Allah answer the prayer? He answers the prayer because He gives His gift to us, to our roh, our qalb, and our akal. Al-Juzi. Akal al-Kulli is from Him, the higher Him. Alright? So when we understand this, we know that if we are sick, we ask Allah for healing. When we are in trouble, we are depressed, we ask for Allah to remove our depression. When we have anxiety, we ask Allah to remove our anxiety. So our psychology is so holistic that if you have trouble, you go back to Allah, then you will overcome and you become a new person. So because the SEM can actually control the P. This P is nothing. This is just a small thing. This is your power base. Your spiritual, emotional, and mental self can change your physical self to become very, very positive and can heal you. So in Islam, if you are depressed, you turn back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to your prayer, alright, to your zikrullah, to your tafakkur, through your remembrance of Allah. In many ways, you are connecting closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He will shower through His grace the feelings of goodness, the feelings of mercy, the emotion of goodness, the emotion of mercy, and the thoughts of goodness and the thoughts of mercy. So all your depression, anxiety, even if you have cancer, can be healed. Because when Allah wills, He can do anything and everything. But naturally, this is a process. But you must have the full Iman. That's why Iman cannot be 99%. It must be 100%. If you sincerely understand this, you sincerely believe in the absolute oneness of Allah, and you believe in Iman with the fullness of taqwa, you will be able to overcome your challenges in life. And inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you small miracles that points to His greatness. Whatever that happen in your life, whatever challenges that you have in your life, whatever difficulties that you have in your life, whatever disease you have in your life, all can be overcome and all can be healed with the grace and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you understand the FET cycle that I'm trying to tell you, in many of my earlier videos, you go back to the earlier videos, and how this TEF cycle of we understand from the point of view of atheistic or just physical psychology, we can see the beauty of Islam, the depth of Islam, and the power which every single Muslim carry with them. They have the power from the grace of Allah for them to make and transform themselves, to have and become a better person. That means they can have the fullness of being, achieving all the wonderful things that they want in life. For example, having peace, having love, peace, happiness, and success. Alright? And all the things that they wish for in this world can all be manifested if they understand that everything and anything that we do comes from Allah, and He will give to ever that He wills. Inshallah, if you understand this, then you understand that there are good ways in which we Muslims can overcome our psychological problems, our physical diseases, our need for wealth, good life, and everything. That if this is what we understand, inshallah, it will open the door of tawfiq and hidayah, and open the door of rizq, and open the door of healing for every one of the Muslims who understand the nature of this aspect of positive Islamic psychology, inshallah.